following developing news tonight out of Clermont County as we come on the air for the first time right now. We are seeing the man police suspect of killing his 3 children outside a Monroe Township home. Officers say they found this man, 34-year-old Chad Duerman, sitting on a step outside the home after the shootings took place.
Now, among those who are dead, a 3, 4, and 7-year-old boy and a 4th woman, a 34-year-old, was also injured.
Tyler Madden is at the scene of the shooting and now brings us up to speed.
A community in mourning tonight after a father is accused of shooting and killing his 3 boys, aged 7, 4, and 3, just outside of the home, still surrounded by caution tape behind me. The Clermont County Sheriff's Office says the call came in at 4:15 Thursday afternoon to the home on Laurel Lindell Road, the gray house with the pool that can be seen from the Skyview 12 video. When deputies arrived, they found the 3 boys unresponsive in the yard and the suspect, 32-year-old Chad Duerman, sitting holding a rifle. He surrendered without incident. A 4th victim, a 34-year-old woman, was shot in the hand and transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The community is responding to this tragedy. New Richmond School Superintendent Tracy Smith saying in a statement, quote, "Our hearts are once again broken tonight as we yet again ask the community to lift up those affected by this horrible incident," end quote. The district says that grief counselors will be available at Monroe Elementary School tomorrow morning. Reporting just outside of New Richmond, Ohio, I'm Tyler Madden.
And now we want to give you a live look tonight from downtown Dayton. This is severe thunderstorms rolled through parts of the Miami Valley earlier. As we come on the air, those threats have mostly passed through our area. Here's a look at what it did look like, though, as those storms moved through our area, the Miami Valley tonight. Now, we are looking at some overnight showers, though, heading our way.
Yeah, so let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters now. What do we got? We got some green and reds there coming through, huh?
Yeah, got some rain. The severe threat has mainly been off to our east for this evening, and that's where it looks like it's going to be sticking around. But we do have some shower and a few thunderstorms making their way into the region. So bigger picture here, you could see a severe thunderstorm warning. This is just for the Columbus area. As far as what's going on for us, we got a little thunderstorm pushing its way through Springfield at this time. We had a couple of severe thunderstorms earlier, but it's much calmer than it was earlier this evening. But we'll continue to monitor for a shower or thunderstorm popping up across the area over these next several hours or so. But we have 60s right now. Cold front has started to make an impact, already at 64 in Wapakoneta, 68 in Dayton, 70s for our southern counties. We'll continue to see our temperatures fall overnight back down into the mid 50s. So we do have a few lingering thunderstorms. Those are going to be over these next couple of hours. Still a pretty cool night, cooler than we have been. So below normal back in the forecast tonight. And for the day tomorrow, I'm going to talk about how much longer that cool air sticks around coming up here in just a bit.
Natalie, thanks. And as always, you can get updates wherever you are while we're on the air and off through our Dayton 24/7 Now app. With it, you get breaking news alerts sent right to the palm of your hand. Weather alerts too. You can scan that QR code and you can download that app for free. You can also get it for free. Just go to Google Play or Apple App Stores.
A warning tonight from law enforcement on Elderly Abuse Awareness Day. This after an 83-year-old man was scammed out of $15,000. Abby Forbes spoke with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. Now, Abby, what were you able to learn about this specific case?
Yeah, Weehong Leanne was arrested by authorities, and Leanne had told the victim that his Microsoft account, was breached and told him to withdraw the money from his account so that Leanne could make it in a safer other account. He was arrested that day that he was supposed to take the money, and Leanne is being charged with a felony theft deception and is being held in an immigrant detainer.
Now, did the Sheriff's Office give you any sort of tips or information about what you should do if you're worried about getting scammed?
Yeah, they did. They said that education is the biggest thing, that it's important to know that actual companies will not just ask you for money like these scammers do. And if you are worried about a potential scam, you're advised to call the police. They told me that there are educational resources available also through the Sheriff's Office.
The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office does presentations throughout the county and can do upon request for elder abuse, elder fraud, awareness. So awareness is our biggest education piece that we can do.
And if you suspect that you or someone you know is being scammed, you should contact the Sheriff's Office as soon as possible to prevent incidents like this from happening. Back to you.
Abby, thanks. The trial for this man who was accused of a deadly stabbing back in 2022 has been rescheduled. Cornelius Brogan's trial will now take place on November 27th, which is exactly 1 year after the murder of Scott Hanna. A judge previously ruled back in April that Brogan is now competent to stand trial after his attorney filed a motion to determine both competency and degree of sanity. Now, he's facing several charges, including murder and aggravated burglary.
The Dayton Police Department asking for your help tonight. They took to Twitter to release these photos, which you see here behind me, of the suspect they want identified. This man is accused of attacking a customer at the Sammy's Food Mart on South Smithville Road back on June 2nd. Now, he fled the scene in a silver four-door sedan Buick. If you have any information on the suspect, they're asking you to either call DPD or Miami Valley Crime Stoppers. Both of those numbers are right there on your screen. And the family of Bryson Abraham, who was the young boy who was killed while crossing South Main Street in Centerville on Tuesday, is now asking for the public's help in giving him a proper funeral. The Centerville Police Department took to Facebook to let people know about the link to a fund, the funeral page for Bryson. This is the little boy right here. You can find the link to his page on our website at Dayton247now.com if you would like to donate.
AEDs, or automated external defibrillators, could be required at the state level in almost every Ohio school and public recreational facility. That's if a new law is passed. Gwyneth Falloon is following this for us tonight, joins us live. So tell us a little bit about the importance of that equipment.
Well, Adam, I spoke with a doctor just this afternoon. He tells me an AED actually shocks the heart back into rhythm. Now, Ohio House Bill 47 comes from the Damar Hamlin accident that was at the beginning of January. The Buffalo Bills safety went into cardiac arrest. He was revived on the Bengals field. So this AED equipment really has the capability to bring someone back to life.
We can utilize the kind of the power pack or the battery pack there to deliver a charge to kind of shock the heart back into rhythm or into an appropriate rhythm that we want to see for somebody that may be in a rhythm that is not ideal for them.
Now, Gwen, obviously it's emergency equipment. What can people do to avoid actually needing to use one?
Well, things like regular exercise as well as a healthy diet can really limit your risk. However, they do say accidents can happen. This is why an on-site AED could be crucial. Back to you.
All right, Gwen, thank you. Some shocking video out of New York tonight. In it, you see a car driving into Long Island Bay. Take a look. This is a closer look at it. A news crew that was there caught it all on camera, immediately called 911. Police got there in minutes. An officer and firefighter then rescued the driver of the car by jumping into the water, breaking one of the car's windows, and pulling the man out, then onto shore. All three went to the hospital with minor injuries and were then released.
Right now, police searching for a missing Ohio State student. This girl right here was reported missing on the south side of Columbus over the weekend, and police believe she could be in danger. Her name is 25-year-old Amina Al-Haj Omar. She's a master's student. She was last seen at a BP gas station on South High Street. Police described her interaction with the BP worker as, quote, unusual. Her car was found by police on Monday, and police believe mental health could be a factor in her disappearance.
Detectives believe from word that we've received from their family that Miss Omar could be experiencing a mental health crisis.
I spoke with both of her managers, and they were like, Amina is a great employee. She's always on time. She never misses work. But on Saturday, she was a no call, no show, and they were so confused.
Police are asking anyone who sees Omar to not approach her and call 911. Now, anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to call the Columbus Special Victims Bureau. That number, 614-645-4624.
Texas experiencing dangerously high temperatures this week. How experts are recommending folks stay cool and safe from the heat.
Former President Donald Trump indicted for keeping classified documents, the offer that could have avoided charges that Trump denied. Next.
Plus, tracking a few thunderstorms across the area. How much longer they'll stick around, that's coming up. Here's a live look from our Eco Plumber Skycam. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
A local soldier who was wounded while serving in Afghanistan received a really special gift today. Lydia Bice has been following this story for us. And what exactly did he get?
That's right. So today, former U.S. Army Specialist Cody Blevins was handed the keys to a mortgage-free house in Dayton.
Which is really exciting. So what exactly these families, what do they have to do to qualify for the benefits?
Well, this is thanks to the Military Warriors Support Foundation, which provides mortgage-free homes, payment-free vehicles, and financial mentoring for wounded veterans and Gold Star families. Now, since 2010, the Military Warriors Support Foundation has awarded over 900 mortgage-free homes in all 50 states through their Homes for Wounded Heroes and Homes for Gold Stars programs.
Okay, so we talked about the families. So what was the process for Blevins and his family to get this?
Right, so Blevins was chosen to receive this life-changing gift after applying to MWSF's Homes for Wounded Heroes program. Now, the application has a tough vetting process to ensure that the veteran chosen to receive a home is the best recipient to participate in the program. Now, if you know a wounded hero or Gold Star family who could use some transitional support now that they're back home, you can head to militarywarriors.org, which you can see behind me here. And on behalf of all of us here at Dayton 24/7 Now, we would like to thank Cody Blevins for his service to our country. Back to you.
Well, some showers, a few thunderstorms across the area this evening. Our severe threat mainly has been off to the east. We had a couple of severe thunderstorms earlier into the evening. Now just a lingering thunderstorm east of Springfield, and we'll continue to monitor for some showers through the rest of this evening. But with the storms that made their way through, we do have some wind damage reported in Piqua from earlier this evening around 8:30. Multiple trees reported down in that area due to the storms that made their way through. Just some wind damage, which we did have some some storms that had the potential to produce some 60-mile-per-hour winds. Now, this is associated with a cold front that's heading its way through, so we're tracking falling temperatures overnight, 50s as you wake up early tomorrow morning, 70s by tomorrow afternoon. So nice, beautiful day, but well below normal for this time of the year.
Natalie, thanks. And severe weather is impacting other parts of the U.S. tonight as well. We know now at least one person is dead and 75 were injured after multiple tornadoes hit Perryton, Texas. Now, the person who was killed was in a mobile home park that took a direct hit from a tornado. At least 3 others were spotted on the ground in Perryton just after 5 tonight. There is reportedly widespread damage in that area as well. So the Texas Division of Emergency Management and Governor Greg Abbott's office, they're currently trying to mobilize help for the area.
Well, Texas is also bracing for dangerously hot temperatures over the next several days. And according to the National Weather Service, triple-digit heat is expected across the state. Parts of the South could actually experience feels-like temperatures of up to 119 degrees tomorrow. The heat wave expected to prompt high energy demand, and experts are giving some tips for staying cool.
At time in the morning, 10 a.m., and look at the difference between demand and capacity. We have 24,000 megawatts tomorrow, more capacity than we do demand.
ERCOT, the company that manages the state's main power grid, is assuring customers it will have enough supply to meet demand.
One of former President Trump's attorneys offered to arrange a settlement with the DOJ, return all documents to avoid charges. And according to the Washington Post, former President Trump was not interested in making that deal, so the offer was never made. Now he's facing an indictment for keeping and hiding classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago home. Trump says he did nothing wrong, even as he refers to the files as his.
Threatening me with 400 years in prison for possessing my own presidential papers, which just about every other president has done, is one of the most outrageous and vicious legal theories ever put forward in an American court of law.
Now, prosecutors have now landed on a possible sentence request. The indictment was unsealed earlier this week and alleges Trump was recorded admitting to not declassifying the documents before leaving office.
Let's give you a live look tonight from our Eco Plumber Skycam. We had some storms moving through the area. Natalie, is that rain over?
Got a few showers, a couple rumbles of thunder that we'll be tracking through the evening as a cold front swings its way through, but our severe threat mainly remaining off to our east. So brief cool down on the way. So this cold front will help our temperatures fall into the 70s, 75 for our high tomorrow. That's below normal for this time of the year. Not quite pool weather for our Friday, but it does get warmer by the weekend, and This weekend's actually looking really nice, both Saturday and Sunday in the mid-80s. Now, by Monday and Tuesday, we do have some small rain chances that do return to the area, which is something we can still use even after the rain that we saw here recently. We still have moderate drought conditions for the Dayton area, Xenia, Wilmington. Removed was Troy and Bellefontaine from our drought conditions, but abnormally dry still for much of the Miami Valley. We'll have a look at that 7-day coming up.
Natalie, thanks. Juneteenth just around the corner. We've got details on the celebrations around the area next.
Pause. We're at the dinner table tonight at a local restaurant. How pet owners and their fur babies are helping families here in the Miami Valley.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
Tonight, local groups are gearing up for Juneteenth celebrations while sharing the true meaning of the holiday. Clara Faith was in Springboro earlier today, where groups are kicking off this weekend's celebrations.
The Springboro Juneteenth Jubilee kicked off this afternoon with a blood drive. Groups I spoke with say this holiday is to remember the day everyone in our nation became free. Organizers tell me one way to do that is to remember we're all human, no matter what color we are.
At the end of the day, regardless of the shell that you're in, we're all one. But the one thing that continues to flow between you and me, regardless of our color, is our blood.
Now here in Springboro, they're known for helping slaves on their journey to freedom with the Underground Railroads. Plus, many free slaves came to Springboro to settle. Now, if you want to know more information about all the events that's happening this weekend, you can go to the web version of this story at Dayton247now.com. Reporting in Springboro, Claire Fabe, Dayton 24/7 Now News.
Tonight, a local nonprofit bringing pets and their families together for relaxation and fun. Ellie's Rainy Day Fund hosted pups on the patio of El Mason restaurant. Pets were given snacks as their owners purchased food from the restaurant. The nonprofit partners with veterinarians in the Miami Valley to help pet owners afford life-saving veterinary care for their beloved fur kids. The executive director says the organization's goal is to keep families together.
I am just so honored every time I talk to a family because families are so grateful and their pets mean so much to them. And, you know, no one should have to lose a member of their family because they can't afford the veterinary care.
Now, a portion of the food purchased tonight will go toward families in need of emergency care for their pets.
A one-year-old girl and the Troy first responders that saved her life, they were reunited recently. A few days ago, the family's daughter was found unresponsive in a pool. Crews were there within 4 minutes and they administered CPR. Once the crews got to the ER, that little girl began to respond and was breathing again. She spent a few days in the hospital recovering before she was able to return home, and they got to spend some time together yesterday. The family got to thank that whole team of first responders who had to respond to that frightening situation.
The Cincinnati Bengals wrapping up minicamp today. We're going to hear from Coach Taylor as the team prepares for a possible third run at an AFC North title.